Yeah, the grind is real. It is a heavy grind, that's for sure. We're trying to finish out my cooking quests while also maybe getting some scorpion scales along the way.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Everything you never do, and all you never say. Never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong, it never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone?
I feel like the movie Pitch Black whenever I'm in these bones, I feel like Riddick is gonna pop out here any minute.
Before I break now, there's nothing
Hey, what's up, Insomniac? How's it going, man? This sucks that I'm like, I'm not doing efficient leveling right now. I'm like constantly fighting mobs out here in Generis that are like 2 to 3 levels higher than me. So this is like kind of brutal, but I'm just trying to get some of these quests done. You know, one of the, I want to get the cooking quest is one of the ones I'm focusing on right now. Did you die, or I hope you didn't die?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Come on, Pat, do some damage. You went half health to splat? Dude, what level were you? Oh man.
What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now.
Like 12 or 13? That sucks, man. That is not good.
From a meltdown.
Need some food. Oh. You died every night? Oh, jeez. You gotta be careful out there, man. You gotta be careful. I mean, these guys are kicking my ass a little bit right now. Luckily, my pet's taking the brunt of the damage. Yeah, no clue how to play Rogue. Rogue is super fun though. Rogue is like really, really fun class, and just I mean, I usually build like it's funny. I build my Rogue as if I was gonna play PvP. Yeah, I love subtlety Rogue, so you know. But backstab, I wouldn't worry about ambush build. I mean, you can do ambush build, yeah, but I mean, just backstab by itself does a ton of damage. So, um, let me get to a safer spot here. I killed all these buzzards. Kill this guy. Yeah, let me show you how I play Rogue. Just give me a minute after I kill a couple of these mobs, and we'll do a little Rogue discussion. Is my mic okay? I think my mic's alright. Yeah, my mic's good. I don't know if I have. Oh yes, give me the eggs. Give me the eggs. We just need what? 3 more eggs? I think so. Let me get to a safe spot here. Well, let me kill this guy real quick. Ooh, wait. No, we gotta skin these. We gotta skin. We need the Scorpius scales. Free Scorpius scales are good Scorpius scales. Yeah, you kill him. I'm gonna skin. I love that you can skin while in combat. Ah, no Scorpius scale. Bummer. Oh wait. What the hell? Why didn't it loot? Okay. It's weird. No egg, man. No egg, no tickets. No tickets. I keep seeing this guy. This guy has like been out here like the whole time I've been out here. He's leveled like 2 or 3 levels though. Alright, so let's talk about Rogue a little bit, right? Like if we were gonna level a Rogue, like how would I do it? I mean the way I do it probably different than most people. The Rogue. The Rogue. Only the penitent man. Only the penitent man may pass. Penitent man. Alright, Rogue. Should we log out here? Rogue is really fun. Rogue's a super fun class. Like Rogue, Hunter, Warrior, definitely my 3 favorite classes. Throw Priest in there too. Priest is really fun, but Priest isn't as fun to level as Rogue, you know. But so for a Rogue, like what I do is I really focus on backstab a lot with Rogue. So I definitely, you know, you're gonna want improved gouge. Like improved gouge is great for bandaging, but it's also great for getting off backstabs. So I don't know if I have a Rogue on here. If I do, I do. Let me see if I can show you really quick. I've got a hardcore Rogue here. Alright, so let's close this. Let's close this. Oh my god, my UI is bonky, wonky, something or othery. Let's see, activate. Boom, boom. Where's my Hearth at? Hearth is at what? It's in Dark Shore. Yeah, here. What level am I? Level 33? Oh, is this Whisper Swift? Oh, this is Whisper Swift. I gotta level this Rogue up at some point, but unfortunately she's not self-found, which kind of sucks. Let's go to Menethil. You ended up 233.16 when you thought it out. Hey, what's up, JP? JP, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, so I haven't done Rogue in a while. Let's see if my talents are on here. So here you can see, I typically when I do Rogue, I do Subtlety. You know, I actually didn't go with Malice like right off the bat, which is kind of interesting. But you know, I focus on backstabbing. Like when I'm leveling on a Rogue, I like Subtlety, but I focus on improved gouge and backstabbing early in my build, right? I think Priest is fun. I mean, Priest is fun. Don't get me wrong, JP. Priest is pretty fun. It's just not as fun as like a Warrior. And actually, it varies too. Like it varies on the level. Like I think Priest level, like I would say Priest like level 10 to 20 is way more fun than like Warrior 10 to 20. Like Warrior gets more fun later. Rogue is fun pretty early because you get a lot of cool abilities with Rogue really early. Rogue does a lot of damage pretty early. Like by level 10, you get your dual wield to level 10, I think, and you get backstab and stuff early, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, but you can see here, I probably went right off the bat. I went into improved gouge, and then I went into improved sinister strike, and then I went into improved backstab, and then I went into remorseless stacks. The reason I go into remorseless stacks is because after killing an opponent that yields experience, it gives me a 40% increased critical strike chance on my next sinister strike, backstab, ambush, or ghostly strike. Right? So we use that to our advantage, right? So we're going to kill somebody, then we're going to go up to our next target, and we're going to gouge them, and then we're going to backstab them, and we're going to get that remorseless attacks, backstab, 40% chance increased crit. So a lot of times we can just blow people up, right? Yeah, remorseless attack is awesome. Like, you gotta play into it though. But you gouge, remorseless attacks, improve backstab. Improve backstabs, increase your quick strike backstab blow by 30%. So think about it, you got a 30% crit chance with that. Plus you got remorseless, which is giving you 40. So now you're looking at a 70% chance to crit with backstab, right? So let's see. I don't know. Oh my god, my guild tabard is just sick. See, this is a guild tabard. Look at this. It's just black and it's got like a faded skull on it. That's a guild tabard, baby. And this, I'm sure this is my guild. Let's see, what is this guild? Yeah. This is my guild called Jinx. And it's got 3 people in it, and they're all me. Alright, now I haven't played this character in a long time. Let's make sure we got a dagger in our main hand. We probably have weapon swap in here somewhere. Let's see. Now we got bronze bomb. Oh, we're engineering. Target dummies, poisons. I'm not gonna worry about poisons. These guys are low level. Actually, they're 28. I'm 33. You know what? What kind of poisons do we have? Let's put on some instant poison. And we'll put on just for fun, not wound. Where's my crippling? I don't have crippling poison? Do we not have crippling poisoning at this level? I wonder. Yeah, we'll just use another instant. So, like here, like coming out of stealth, we could probably backstab, right? I mean, ambush, right? So ambush, you know, gouge. We can go in here. If we can get enough time, we can go for a backstab here. We're backstab, and then just eviscerate. So you saw right there, what I did was I came up to the mob. I ambushed, right? Because I ambushed him. Then I went into gouge. And then because I have improved gouge, I can wait out gouge long enough so that my backstab comes off cooldown, or so I have enough energy to do backstab. So there all I did was ambush, gouge, backstab, eviscerate. That was it. That's all I did. Mob's dead. I don't know if I have sap. Let's see if we have sap. So here we're going to do ambush. Right. Gouge missed. Right, so I'm just going to, you know, ghostly strike. Eviscerate. We do have Ghostly Strike too, which is really, really good. Alright. I wish we could do here. Let's go ahead and pull this mob. Now watch, we're just... Oh, I forgot. These guys are ranged, which sucks. Here, let's just pull this guy back a little bit. I want to get him on the land here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to come in for a gouge, and I'm going to go into a backstab, right? So we're going to gouge, but we missed. We missed the gouge. So we'll just go Sinister Strike. Well, now he's going to run away, so we're just going to use our bow, but he's in dead zone. So I haven't played Rogue in a long time. I hate fighting these guys in the water. Plus, these guys are ranged. So this is the worst mobs to pick to kind of demonstrate kind of rotations and stuff. Let's try to get off a gouge again. All right, gouge. Okay, now we're just going to go backstab. And, of course, now you can just go eviscerate. Right. But let's go over to here. And you can see we've got remorseless strikes. What I would actually do is I would create a weak ore for this. Let's see if we can get one. This probably is gonna... Yeah, see, this isn't gonna work. Cancel. How about... It's probably a buff. Close. Do I have any rogues in here? You can see how easily I get on tangents, guys. I'm the tangent king, the tangent master. I don't have any rogue stuff going on here. We do have... Oh, we do have remorseless. Why isn't it working? Ooh. Why does it have slice and dice? We've got oh, you know what? I think I was playing around with this and I hadn't finished setting this up. So let's go here. Trigger. Remorseless attacks, cooldown, remorseless attacks here. Let's try this. Remorseless. And trigger aura player buff. This looks correct. Let me check the spell ID. We don't have a spell ID. It doesn't look like it's showing up correctly though. Remorseless. I don't know the spell ID is. 14148, nice. 14148. 14148. Remorseless attacks. We go to exact spell ID. And now I forgot what it was. Was it 14178? No, sticky tar. It is the sticky tar. 148. It was 48. That wasn't too far off, I guess. Well, let's see if that tracks it correctly. And I just hit evasion for some stupid reason. Hey, what's up, Strafe? So, I'm just kind of demonstrating like a little bit of rogue stuff here before we go back to my hunter. Because Insomniac was talking about playing rogue, and I really like to run with this build. Like I said, I really play into remorseless attacks, backstabbing with improved gouge, and of course then I go into subtlety because I like ghostly strike for survivability. I think it's a good ability. And then eventually getting down into hemorrhage. It's just the damage is really good. It's not going to be the best build. Some people would definitely not do the build on. This build is like specific to me. This is playing the rogue the way I like to play the rogue. I wouldn't recommend this build for everybody. A lot of people would get, if you're going to go for like speed leveling or something, you're going to go for something like Blade Flurry and Adrenaline Rush and stuff like that. Like Swords build or something. You're going to put out way more DPS. You're going to be able to handle multiple mobs at once with Blade Flurry and Adrenaline Rush. But Subtlety is going to give you a little bit more survivability and a little bit better stealth as well. Better survivability, better control. But you're not going to have like that burst potential of, especially with like cleaving down with Blade Flurry. But let's go ahead and let's try this. We're gonna pull this mob. We're gonna go for our gouge, right? And now you can see we got 3 seconds on gouge. We're gonna move in. We're gonna go backstab, right? Now Morsa Strikes didn't prop because we don't get experience from this mob, which kind of sucks because I wanted to check on our aura there. What we're level. Let's see if we can. This sucks that I have to run all the way over here. But I think these raptors are 20. These raptors might be high enough level where we can get experience, and the raptors would be good to play around with a few rotations. You started hardcore rogue yesterday? Oh, nice, Rape. Rogue is really fun. Like, I like rogue a lot. I'm a big fan of the rogue. Now this rogue's got some pretty good gear. Force Tracker, Barbaric Bracers, Toughened Leather Gloves, enchanted as well. Feet of the Lynx. We've got Fiery Weapon on both weapons, and yeah, so we got some pretty good gear. These guys are level 23. These guys I was thinking might be, no, even these guys are high enough level to give you. What a bummer. We gotta run all the way over here. Yeah, let's just kill them off for fun. Right, so gouge. Alright. You can see 2, 1, boom, backstab, okay? And then if we want to go for control, we can just do that, right? We can go into like kidney shot. If we're like looking to minimize damage, we could just go into a kidney shot there. We could set up another gouge. So there, it's like if I'm going for control, I could easily done a kidney shot, 2-point kidney shot, into gouge, into another backstab. So we have an incredible amount of control with improved gouge. Let's try doing that. Let's go gouge. Right? Now we're going to go backstab into kidney shot, and let's see if gouge comes back. I don't see. I'm like looking for gouge on my bar. Where is gouge? Isn't even on my bar. That's. Oh, no, there it is. It's right there. Okay. It's there. And then we did a backstab. So about gouge is here. I would preferably what I would like to do is to really get the control working on the rogue. Preferably, I would like to have these cooldowns up off the bottom because you want to be able to see these in a better spot on the screen because you want to be very precise on how much time you have in between certain skills. Like you have to know when like gouge is coming off cooldown. You have to know when certain things are coming off cooldown. You don't want to have to look down at your bar at the bottom of the screen because that takes your eyes off of the field of play. And in dungeons and in certain situations, that can really hurt you. That can really get you killed. So I would definitely recommend creating weak auras. Like I have a couple on my hunter, but we probably even have some on this character. I don't know if we have gouge. Let me take a look. We have slice and dice. Yeah, we have gouge here. I'm not sure why it's... Oh, we do have it. I don't know why it's not working. It's probably just that the icon might need to be updated. Let's take a look. Trigger. It's set one. Let's just see what it is. Yeah, see, they've changed the spell ID. So it's 8629. So let's just fix that. So it's 8629. All right. 8629, whatever. That should fix that, because normally I want to see that, right? So let's just pull this mob. We're going to go to gouge. It's still not working, though. We can see the cooldown here, 3, whatever. Backstab, right? Kidney shot. Gouge has 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Gouge. So, but you want to be able to see that stuff, eviscerate. But you have just a tremendous amount of control, and it only gets better as you level up. I don't know why that's not working. That's going to infuriate me. Oh, it's because it's not loaded. That's why it's not working. It's not even loaded. So let's see, load. Spell known. I see it's saying spell known. It's not even the right spell. 8629. We don't need spell known. We just want player class. That should load it. Right? Oh, it's still not loaded. Player class rogue. Why is this not loading? Oh, well, that'll do it. Alright. That should fix it. Let's find out. Yeah, you want to really monitor your energy. I was hoping we could get some... these guys, I want to see if we can get some the Remorseless Attacks weak aura to show up correctly. So let's just test that really quick, and then I'll get back on my hunter here. It sucks. I mean, this is like so bad because the hunter's so weak. Because the way I'm playing the hunter, she's very weak. But then you get on a rogue who's like so powerful. It's not fair. Like, this is not fair, right? So we're gonna gouge, right? You can see there's our nice cooldown, our nice little monitor here. We get our backstab off. You can see gouge has got 2 seconds. We're just going to gouge again. Right? Kidney shot, dead. Because my instant poison. But the Remorseless Attacks isn't working. We can see it here. 14149. 14149. Oh, well, shit. Okay. Wow, why did it's 14149? I could have sworn it was 149. Yeah. And then icon 149, Remorseless. Group icon. Okay, that's fine. Let's try it again. We got our distract. Cheap shot. Kidney shot. We can move around to the front of the mob here. Gouge. So we can completely keep him locked down, then we can move in for another. Eviscerate. There we go. Now you can see our Remorseless is coming up. So let's move this over here. So this is nice. Now we know that we've got this much time to get off another backstab, right? So let's use that to our advantage. Okay. Now let's see if we can go into a gouge. And now let's see if we can get off our backstab. and it didn't crit, which blows my mind because I should be at a 70% chance to crit. You know, it's like gouge, right? There's the backstab crit, 335 damage, right? We're gonna go in with the ghostly strike, gouge. Again, we're gonna look for our backstab. Backstab, boom. So that's the way I like to play the rogue. I mean, you can see a lot of doing like cheap shots, kidney shots, gouging into backstabs, really playing into remorseless strikes, and also playing into my improved backstab talent. So because you see when my backstabs are critting, they're hitting for like 330 damage. So yeah, I think rogue's really cool, and I think playing around with that build. What's nice about playing with this build the way I play it is I don't really get hit a lot, because I'm doing a lot of kind of CC,
Thank you.
It's reached level 20, yeah.
Signals fade, but you're still on my mind. Trace the static in the dark, like constellations falling apart.
Yeah, it was nice that we got that remorseless weak aura working correctly. It's a nice little thing to have, But again, I would recommend getting weak auras to really track this stuff, because it's going to make it so much easier to get your rotations down. And you really with the rogue, the good what separates a good rogue from bad rogue is good rogues know like how much they know how to manage their energy, and they know how to manage their rotations and their combo points, and how to chain their skills together in a way that either is going to optimize their damage or optimize CC, or maybe do a little bit of mixing of both. Yeah, but yeah, I think strafe. I mean, yeah, just gained 20. But again, you do a ton of damage. I mean, you do a ton of damage. Even at low levels on a rogue, you do a ton of damage. So rogue does insane damage. Yeah, so we go from that rogue where I'm just like, two-shotting mobs to this character who takes like 10 years to kill something. So painful. It's so painful to go from the rogue to this. I mean, you can go with ambush, but like I said, I just think backstab is just so good, man. Remorseless strikes, backstab, improved gouge. It's insanely good for leveling. Yeah, ambush is good. Ambush is definitely good. I wasn't saying don't go for ambush. I'm just saying make sure you get improved gouge. Do we still have the talent calculator up? Because ambush is over here, isn't it? Yeah, improved ambush is over here. So it's in subtlety, and like I said, I like subtlety. So so I usually go gouge, backstab, sinister strike, remorseless attacks, and then I go down into opportunity, probably elusiveness. If you want to go for survivability for hardcore, you go elusiveness. I like initiative, and then you could go initiative, ghostly strike, and improved ambush. And that's gonna get you a really nice. It's gonna get you a nice build for hardcore. All right, 2 more eggs. 2 more eggs. Oh, you doing the undead rogue? The undead rogue is so weird. Don't they do like the front flips every time you do like eviscerate or? You like the flip? The flip annoys me. I'm not gonna lie. The flip annoys me. I don't like the flip. I think it's cool for like 5 minutes, then I get tired of seeing it. I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like the flip. It feels like not it just feels like, yeah, it feels so unrealistic, you know, it just doesn't, you know, it's just, you know, is my rogue a freaking like circus performer or something? Did they go to, you know, did they perform at Cirque du Soleil or something? But yeah, it sucks going to that rogue, and just to show you a little bit of rogue action, and then coming back to this hunter who's got crappy weapons and crappy gear. It's just like, oh god, the pain. The pain is real. The grind, she is a real. We just need 2 more eggs. I'm just killing these mobs because I'm sick of trying to fight around them. I'd just rather kill them and get them out of my way. He resisted my trap, which sucks. If they resist my trap, it like the whole fight gets twice as long. My traps do so much damage. Oh, I didn't realize he was still on health. Shit, that was a waste of a trap. Ah well, I gotta regen man anyway. Time to open up another Coca-Cola. I got my blackjack bubblegum. I got my Mexican Coca-Cola. It's time to grind. Pet's hungry. He didn't like me bandaging.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I see that. This hyena was just absolutely kicking my ass. You gotta pass out for a bit. Yeah, no problem, man. Have a good one, Insomniac. These fucking high level hyenas are gonna be the death of me. I'm not messing with this guy. Let's go back and let's see if we can just find some. Oh, we don't need these guys anyway. We need the buzzards or the rocks. I'm not even trying to kill these guys. It's not part of my quest. No dying. Yeah, I'm trying not to die. Knock on wood, right? It's rough, you know. When I'm rocking like, just these crappy kind of weapons. I had to like turn in the Scarlet Monastery quest, and I had to vendor the bone grinder or whatever, the bone grinder, bone cutter, whatever it's called, like the blue two-hand axe. That was painful having to vendor that because I was like, God, I could just crush these mobs with that weapon. Like my raptor strikes would hit so hard with that weapon. But I can only use weapons that I loot from a treasure chest or some sort of a crate or box. Can't use quest rewards. Can't use drops from mobs. So our weapons are very limited. What moron made me do this challenge? I think it was... Who was it? Who was it who convinced me to go back and do this again? I think it was JP. Was it you, JP? You were like, remember that time you were doing the weapons only from chest challenge? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Oh, man. What was I thinking? What was I thinking, man? We just got to get through like 5 levels, because then my pet's going to be doing more damage. Well, like 10 levels. Once it gets like level 50, we'll see. Yeah, we still got to get about 5 more levels to go before my pet starts to put out a little bit more damage. We still need 2 more eggs. Now we need 1 more egg. 1 more egg. Why did my second something that was a YouTube issue? Come on, 1 more egg. What's going on? YouTube's having some major issues right now. Let me check my internet connection. My internet looks fine. Yeah, my internet's fine. This is a YouTube problem. YouTube's having some issues right now. This damn guy's always killing the mobs I want to kill, and he's a skinner to boot, which pisses me off. Let's go over here. Yeah, sorry guys, my YouTube seems to be having some issues with the stream, but it's not anything to do with my speed, so I don't know what the problem is. Every once in a while this happens. It's pretty rare though. Let me refresh my window. And close this. Is it working fine for you? Cool. Like, yeah, I just reloaded the window and it says it's fine now. But I mean, YouTube was straight up saying my connection was poor and all this shit, and I tested my connection. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with my connection, so I'm glad it was working fine. Licorice. Now we just need to get the eggs, man. We need 2 more eggs. We can always use more scorpion scales too. We still need to farm the rest of the scorpion scale recipes. I really want to get the cooking quest done because we can start cooking up some eel. We can start making some different food that's going to be a little bit better for us. And the 10 agility is going to be decent. Well, especially when my pet's a little bit stronger. And he's not really having issues tanking now, but when he's doing like more damage and can hold threat better, just pushing out the plus 10 agility food is going to be more beneficial for me. God, you think my pet just does not do much damage. Let's reset the meters. I don't know why it's on activity. Why did you stand up? Why did she stand up? Girl, what's she doing? I don't know why she stood up there. So we now have 4 60s in the guild, and another one's going to be coming up here really soon. I'm sure Nat's almost 60. Because he's in Silith, he's probably just grinding out a few quests. So learn about hunter survival macros? Well, you don't really need a lot of macros. I mean, yeah. Are you in the Discord? Why's my... Oh, I turned that off, didn't I? Let's see. Invite to server, copy. If you join the Discord, I can post some of the macros I use in, I think there's a hunter channel. Yeah, in the class, channel for hunter. I don't use a ton of macros. I mean, I do use macros. The most important macros for me revolve around my pet more than anything. Hardcore without feign death freezing trap macro. Yeah, I mean, I use that. I mean, I have a... Here. So... You don't need feign death freezing, right? So that's... You don't need that, right? Like, you don't need feign death freezing trap macro. Like, I don't agree with that. I make feign death... I make it 2 button clicks just because I prefer the control of doing the but if you have problems... like executing, like clicking one button to feign death and then clicking another button to drop your trap, you have issues getting that off quickly, then yeah, you can do, because I actually have that macro. I don't use it though. You can see this macro I have right here, cast feign death, cast freezing trap. I have that, I just don't use it. The macro I use is this one. And the important part about this macro is when I use freezing trap, I always put my pet on follow because I don't ever want my pet to accidentally hit a mob, because it's rare that would happen, but sometimes it would glitch and you would drop your freezing trap and the pet would, the mob would get frozen, your pet would hit him. Very, very rare. But anyways, put my pet on pet follow, cast freezing trap. But the most important macros for me really revolve around my pet, like turning my growl on, turning my growl off. I also use cower as well because I like to swap threat because I'm a melee hunter, so I like to face tank at later levels. Like there's times when I want the mobs to be hitting me because I want to proc Mongoose Bite, or maybe if I'm using counterattack, which I don't usually do, but sometimes I do. Then I want the mob to be hitting me. So when I switch from my growl off at the same time, like here, pet autocast on cower. I turn on cower, pet autocast off growl. So I'll turn growl off and cower on. So you can see here, if you look down at my pet bar, you can see his cower is off. Now it's on, right? And you can see, it's hard to tell because this is really small. Yeah. Where is it? Frames, pet. Okay. Alright, so you can see that my cower is on, my growl is off, my furious howl is on, and my bite is on. So if I hit Control F, you can see it turns my growl on and it turns my cower off, right? So I can easily swap back and forth. I also have a weak aura that shows down here that shows, that my growl is on. And then of course I can do Control D to turn him into defensive attacks. I can do Control A to turn him into aggressive. If I do Shift D, that's going to tell him to follow me and put him passive. So if you look at this top row, which is pet aggressive, pet defensive, pet follow, I can easily do all of that just by using keybinds, right? Right, I have keybinds for all of that. So you're just controlling, like being able to control your pet is really important. But like, what other macros do I use? Nothing crazy. Obviously I have macros for bandaging. My manga spice just / start attack. Well, a lot of my macros are basically just have start attack in them, and UI frames clear, so I can spam the keybinds. Like if I go in here and I go to survival, and let's say I take let's see, survival. Let's say I take Raptor Strike. Let me finish this combat. So if I take Raptor Strike here and I put it on the Z key, so if I go up here and I just start spamming Z, see it says you're too far away. See that I'm hitting this key here? It says you're too far away. But if I hit my key here, you don't see it says you were too far away. Actually, it did. Hold on a second. Actually, it did. Hold on a second. Interesting. It shouldn't have. Maybe that particular message isn't. Hold on a second. Yeah, I was using the wrong macro. You can see it did appear, but it disappeared really quickly. See how it appeared? Like the red text appeared, but it immediately disappeared. So, like, it appears if I hit the button, but if I hit it again, it clears it. So it's just something to do with... Yeah, so actually it was the right macro. But if I hit the Z key, it's always gonna put any kind of error text up there, and I will almost always put like a a script UI frames clear at the end, just to clear out any error messages that might occur, because I don't want to see red text on the screen. Most of the other macros are pretty simple. So I just use mend pets again, clear the errors. Pet follow. So like on pet follow, I put my pet into pet passive, and I do pet follows. Whenever I tell my pet to come back, I put him in passive. So if I send him here, right, to attack this guy, and then I bring him back, he's going to go into passive mode. So if he's aggressive, now he's aggressive, and he went off and attacked because he was aggressive. But then I told him to come back, and that puts him into follow. If I'm using like a marksman hunter, like if I have a marksman hunter, I have different keybinds. Like my keybind to send my pet is control mouse wheel up, right? Control mouse wheel up sends my pet. But if I was like a marksman hunter, my keybind that I use to send my pet and then mark the target with hunter's mark is shift mouse wheel up. So I could say shift mouse wheel up would hunter's mark them and then send my pet. And then that's really useful because if you're like in a dungeon and you're basically want to create an assist macro to assist the tank. So you're always hitting who the tank's hitting. So you're gonna hunter's mark that mob, the one that the tank's hitting. So, but then let's say like a mob aggroes to the healer. The healer gets healer aggro from a different mob. You want to and then your pet, his growl in a dungeon is going to be off. But let's say this is the main target. We're killing this rock. But let's say this rock over here. Let's say this rock aggroes the healer. If that happens, what I do is I immediately turn my pet's growl on, and then I control mouse wheel up to send my pet to that target. So I don't change my hunter's mark from the primary target, but I send my pet on this target. I turn growl on so he taunts him, and that way I pull him off the healer. So you have to have complete control of your pet at all times, right? So definitely have everything keybound for that. Now here he's saying, can you link the Discord channel again, please? Yeah, sure. Yeah, hold on a second. Discord. The Discord. It's probably still on my page. Let's see, is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, join the... There. But what I was saying, if you guys want, I can go into, that Discord and just paste some. But like I said, I don't have a lot of macros. I don't think you really need a ton of macros. What else? Is there any, other than just stupid stuff, like macros for bandaging. I've got a macro to cast my anti-venom if I want to cleanse myself. That's pretty simple. It's like target me, use strong anti-venom, and then always target last target. That way, you can see here, like if I target this mob and I try to use my cleanse, you can see it's going to turn, my hands are turning green, meaning there's nothing to dispel, but notice how I don't lose my target. I don't lose my target because my macro targets me, tries to cleanse me, but then after it's done doing that, it automatically does target last target, so I don't lose my target when I'm trying to cleanse. Same thing with bandage. Like if I were to bandage myself right now, it would target me, bandage me, but then it would target last target, so I keep my target, right? So that's pretty simple stuff. And like I said, nothing complicated. If you get into like my warrior would have a lot more complicated macros than like my hunter. Since this is classic WoW, if you were like on a 1.12 client, the macros become way more complicated. I don't really see any. I don't see anything crazy. I'm trying to think if there's any other like macros that are, my weapon swap macros are really simple, like equip slot 16, whatever weapon, equip slot 17. It gets a little more tricky if you're using the exact same weapon. And I think I've got a same weapon swap macro somewhere. I actually have. Here, hold on a second. I can also go into my. Let's see. Let me go to. I have a whole folder here for macros, and you can see I've got a lot of macros. So if you go to macros for Hunter, I've got a file here just for classic WoW Hunter macros. So here's quite a few macros I have just for Hunter. Some of these I use, some of these don't. Some of these are kind of crazy, but there's quite a few in here. Most of these I don't use, but some of them can be useful. Here's like, pet control all in one. Again, I don't use most of these macros, This one I use, here's like freezing trap. I mean, this is a pretty useful one, right? Pet passive, pet follow, cast freezing trap, cast combat feign death. Again, I don't find, a lot of these I find to be overkill. One button instant start attacking. Like I said, these are really overkill in my mind. I don't think I need all these. Hunter pet macros. What's this one? Yeah. I'd probably be better off just going into my particular macro file if I wanted to put the link to macros into the actual Discord and just go into Classic Era and go into here, go into my account. What are we on? We're on Skull Rock. And let's go to Shady Moon if she's on here. And this is my level 60 hunter. And these are the macros that my level 60 hunter has, right? And she's level 60, so she's gonna, and again, she doesn't have that many, you know. Her growl on and off, men pet macro. Most of the stuff like Mongoose Bite, pretty straightforward. Again, start attack, use Mongoose Bite, clear any airs. I do have a Raptor Strike macro, which is pretty useful. Let me show you the Raptor Strike one. You don't use any macros? You think I have like 2 commands that aren't macros? Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my keybinds are macros, but they're just super simple stuff. Feral Druids are way more complicated. Like Feral are really like much. Feral Druid is probably one of the most macro heavy classes, to be honest. Priest obviously is going to have a lot of macros, a lot of like mouse over macros for the priest for healing, for cleansing. But I've actually posted a lot of this stuff before. If I get time tonight, what I'll do is I'll go into the Hunter channel and I'll post useful Hunter macros, and then I'll go into the Warrior channel, because I have a lot of really good Warrior macros that I could probably post into the Warrior channel. Ooh, yes, we got our final egg. Let's go ahead and kill these scorpions, because we need more scorpion scales, and then we need to farm the actual recipes. But even more important than macros for your hunter, really, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of weak auras, and we need to get like just simple weak auras. Like, oh yeah, I have here like Raptor Strike, just showing that Raptor Strike's available. I don't ever want to have to look down at the bottom of the screen, So like I said, I'm a big fan of weak auras. I think they're really useful. Like we were looking at the rogue a few minutes ago, and we set up the weak aura for the Remorseless Strike, so we know, okay, we just killed this mob, it gave us experience. We have like, 10 seconds or something until... So if we do a backstab within 10 seconds, it's got a 30% increased crit or 40% increased crit. Those things can be really useful. We had... Where was the... No. Did we pull that up? Did I close it already? I think I did. Now what? You're Warlock and Rogue, yeah. I've played WoW ever since beta in 2004, so I've gone kind of full circle on macros. There were a time when I probably used macros a lot more, but now I've tried to really simplify my macros. It really comes down to control. You want to be in control of the buttons you're pressing. You don't want macros to do too much for you, right? You don't want them to do too much. But I'm not a feral expert. But I don't play Feral a lot, but I know that Feral does have quite a few macros. I haven't played Feral seriously in a long time. There is another macro I have that's pretty good. For my rogue, I don't know if I don't use it. Like on my rogue, I have like macros for like. I have one macro that handles like whether I'm throwing a throwing like a thrown weapon or shooting a bow or shooting a gun. It doesn't matter. The macro handles it all. Like it's smart enough to say, hey, if you're trying to use a crossbow, use the crossbow. If you're trying to use a bow, use a bow. If you're trying to throw like throwing weapon, use that. And then I also macro into that throw whatever a bit macro cancel or stealth. So it's also the same keybind I use to basically cancel stealth. Yeah, I think the feral ones, a lot of them are just changing forms, right? Like just if you're in this form, like if you're using this ability, make sure you're in this form, or But like I said, I've got. Do we still have? Did I close that? But you saw, like I've got a ton. Like if we go library here and we go WoW, and we go to macros. I mean, I've got a lot. If we sort by the biggest file here, and just open up all I have actually an all macros file, which has a lot of stuff in it, like a lot of macros. This one's got all kinds of macros. I try to break it up into sections, like here's like a hunter macros. Like if we go all the way to the bottom, you'll see Shadowland macros, classic WoW rogue macros, turtle WoW macros. See, these are going to be a lot more complicated because using the 1.12 client. So now we're running scripts, we're setting like a local variable. Is the shift key down? If it's not down, then cast spell by name Holy Light rank true. Else, if the shift key is down, cast spell by name Holy Light rank, And you see here, the true here means cast it on myself. Without true here, it's going to be cast on target. So that's the difference. You know, if shift key's down, cast this spell on my target. Yeah, cast on my target. If it's not down, cast it on myself. Yeah, warrior macros. Here's some priest macros. You know, pummel macros, shield. There's just all kinds of macros, dude. You know, here's a bunch more. These are all like 1.12 macros for warrior. Then here's some vanilla add-ons. Again, you know, another macro. If not is current action, then use action. You know, that's like just setting up your auto attack. But in vanilla, like the 1.12 client, I found there's an add-on called No Toggle that you can install that gets rid of the need to do that other macro that says if not attacking, whatever. You can use the no toggle. So what that does is if you have like a wand and you're shooting your wand, you can just spam shoot and it won't stop shooting. Like, because the way WoW works in Classic 1.12, if you have your wand, like if you drag out shoot onto your action bar and you click it, your character will start shooting your wand. But if you click it again, your character will stop shooting the wand, which is not what you want to happen. You want to be able to just spam the keybind if you want and not have it stop shooting wand. You want to always be shooting the wand, you know? So you just install the add-on called No Toggle. But before I had that add-on, I would create a macro that would say, if not is current action, use current action. And so I could basically point to shoot as the action bar slot. So if not is current action slot 32, action bar to slot 32, then, you know, so it's basically saying if we're not currently shooting, then shoot. And that gets around that kind of toggling your ability off by accident. But there's all kinds of stuff, man. You can go all the way down a big rabbit hole on macros. But I really try to simplify stuff as much as I can. I don't want to be overcomplicated. I try not to use too many macros if I can help it. You know, I had a conversation the other day about priests using like healing add-ons, which you really don't need healing add-ons, to be honest. You just need mouse over macros that can handle pretty much mouse over or shift. Like I use a mouse over macro with a shift modifier, so I can easily, you know, like target the tank, heal the tank if I want, but holding down the shift key, like maybe heal myself, or I can mouse over. I can have the tank targeted and just mouse over somebody else and heal them while still keeping the tank targeted. You know, all that stuff can be done with just a very simple macro, and people will install these add-ons to set up all these like crazy key binds, and I'm like, you don't need to do any of that. Just so no, I don't like that stuff. I don't like a cluttered UI at all. Like I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it as simple as I can. I only want stuff on the screen that I need, that I actually need to be there. I mean, honestly, we don't even need the only reason we have the enemy target plate here is mostly just because certain times I want to see like what their buffs or debuffs are. But we don't necessarily need that because we can see it above their head, but I can't see it above their head until I get up to them, right? Like I can't see this hyena's nameplate, but I can see it here. So if he had buffs or debuffs, I want to be able to see that because I might want to target like a player or myself, like target myself, you know. I don't need it because my buffs are here, but if I wanted to target some player and see what buffs they have, like what if I was a paladin? You know, I don't want to have to run all the way up and be really close to them to see their buffs. So I can just target them, and of course then you see it here. That's the only reason that's there. It's just mostly to see buffs, debuffs, like because I don't need to see the health. I mean, it's nice to see the health, but you know, we see that once we get close enough to the mob, we can see their health, you know. But you know, most of my bars, my action bars are hidden. You have to mouse over them to see them. This one comes on in combat, just because I think it probably doesn't need it, just probably for the trap, just so we can see like some of the trap stuff. But you know, some of the bars I'll set to come on in combat. If there's something on that bar I might want to look at, like these bars, I don't need to see these in combat, so they just stay hidden pretty much at all times unless I mouse over them. You can see this bar now is gone. And once we go out of combat, it'll disappear. So yeah, I try to keep the UI as clean as possible. Makes the game feel more immersive that way too. Yeah, some classes rely a lot more on macros than others. A hunter, I think a hunter is not so much. You don't really need a lot of macros on a hunter. Why am I killing over here? We don't even need to be here. So what we need is Okay, we've got the eggs, which is the hardest part. Ultrox Swiss we can get Stormwind. Zesty Clam Meat we can get. So I think what we need to do now is I'm not really sure what we need to do now. We can probably go get our mount, actually. We have enough money to get our mount. So we should probably do that, right? Oh, I'm not running with 8 binds. No, there's, you know, no, I got a lot more keybinds than that, Licorice. You want to count up the keybinds? Let's count up my keybinds and see how many keybinds I have. I'm sure I probably got about 30 keybinds. All right, so we've got, let's see, we got one, actually we don't need this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 keybinds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I'm not going to count that. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. What is this? That's just equipping. We don't need that. So yeah, we're looking at about 30 keep. Actually, more than 30 probably. You know, we got here's another 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, here's my keybind: summon my pet, dismiss my pet, revive my pet, tame beast. You know, wing clip. You know, recall my pet back. This is just a bullshit keybind. You know, drop a explosive dynamite if I want. You know, freeze trap, shadow meld. You know, aspect of the cheetah, aspect of the monkey, mend pet, tame beast. Looks like we got that in a couple spots. Get rid of that. Here's a macro I have that's really useful. This is called Pet Attack Near. This is actually a really useful macro for hunters. All this does is says /target enemy /pet attack. That's all it does. And it's really nice because if you like, sometimes you're like running through a zone. We'll talk about them out here in a minute. But sometimes you're running through a zone and you don't want to get hit because when you get hit, when you got cheat on, it slows you down. But you want to just like let's say I want to run past this guy and I want to get to gadgets in here. I can just hit T key and my pet will go attack him. And then I can go ahead and I can hit Shift D, bring my pet tap back. And let's say now I want to run past this hyena and I'm worried he's going to aggro. I just hit the T key and my pet will attack him, right? And I hit the Shift D and my pet follows me again. So that's an easy way to move through zones, and just with that macro I can very easily, you know, and of course it's good for just, you know, sending my pet. Like, it's really useful when there's a lot of mobs on the screen, you know, and stuff gets hectic in like a dungeon. And I can just, as long as I'm pointing to the mob closest to me and I hit the T key, my pet will just automatically go attack that mob. So it's just a really quick way to send my pet to attack the closest mob. But I find it really useful just for moving through terrain as well, just to kind of pull mobs away from me so they don't hit me and, you know, and put me in that daze effect from cheetah. So well, let's see how much money we got and we'll go get our mount. So let's see, let's check my bank. Leather. I don't really want to. I think it's going to be better just to go to. No, we can't. We can't go to Stormwind. I'm trying to think of the fastest way. If we fly all the way, it's a really long flight path. All right. Well, I guess we'll do it. It's just such a long flight, man.
Time is money, friend.
All right, and here's another weapon we found. Of course, 2.4 attack speed's shit for attack speed, but it would be better than my weapons. But we can't equip it because we can only equip weapons that we find from treasure chests. Ooh, what is this? A buzzard wing. Oh, we got a lot of buzzard wings. I'm not going to be saving the vibrant plumes. We have a lot of this meat, which we really don't need. So we're sitting at 101 gold. So we definitely have enough gold to get our mount. Yeah, it's like, since I'm doing, I can only use gear that I craft, and I can only use weapons that I find in chests and treasure, like fishing crates and treasure chests. There's really, the only reason you do dungeons is just for experience, and it's like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth running into a dungeon with people that might be, you know, crazy players that do crazy stuff? You might get a bad tank, you might get a healer who doesn't know how to heal. You know, it's not really worth it, because all I'm getting out of the dungeon is experience. And honestly, in most cases, that's not even the case, because The groups, I have been in a couple groups. I did do a full Scarlet Monastery clear of every wing. Um, but the group had some high levels in it, so I got like hardly any experience. I only did it because I had the quest. I had the quest for the Sword of Serenity quest line, and I just wanted to do it to get that quest turned in, and also to get the bone bite or whatever it's called, and just sell it to the vendor for like 1.8 gold or whatever it's worth. So, but yeah, it's not really worth it to do dungeons at this point. I will be doing BRD because I'm really curious about the Seven Kings room. If I can get into the Seven Kings room, because there's a chest in there that I can loot, so I can use stuff out of that. I can use weapons out of that, and there's a one-hand axe that has lifesteal on it. I would love to grab that axe. So I would love to do BRD. And that's risky going into BRD with a group. I mean, if we get a bad healer or a bad tank, I mean, I could die in there quite easily. If once I start doing BRD, I'll definitely respec into improved feigned death, because we definitely do not want a feigned death to be the cause of me dying. So when we start doing dungeons, we'll definitely respec into that. I mean, Dire Maul tribute, but I don't like Dire Maul. I don't like Dire Maul. And Dire Maul's kind of dangerous too. I probably won't be doing too much Dire Maul. I like BRD a lot more than Dire Maul. But yeah, Dire Maul could. And again, now I can use rings. The only jewelry I can equip is jewelry that comes from treasure boxes and crates. And I know the Dire Maul tribute has some really nice hunter rings. So I mean, for that reason, it would probably be pretty cool. But I just don't trust people. I don't trust other players. If I know them and I know they're good players, I trust them. But I don't like grouping with people that I don't even know who they are. Like, oh yeah, let's go Dire Maul. Because Dire Maul can be pretty dangerous. And you get a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing, or don't know how to heal, don't know how to tank, and next thing you know, people are dying left and right. And it's just, I didn't spend 6 days or whatever, however long leveling this character, a very grindy way, just to die to some stupid pools in a dungeon. As far as the color mount, I haven't decided yet on the mount. At level 60, I'm going to switch to a kitty. I like Furious Howl when I'm leveling, but I've found in my experience that at level 60, the cat does, I believe, it does trump the Furious Howl. Also, we don't want Furious Howl at 60 because Furious Howl can taunt, can actually get threat. Like if I go in and he casts Furious Howl, I think it can pull. I think it can. Don't quote me on that, but I think it can pull some threat. So I don't really want to be Furious Howling in dungeons. Yeah. I've never done the solo DMT, Licorice. I've never done it. It'd be something worth looking into. One thing I thought about doing, which would be fun for this character, but incredibly risky, would be doing the solo pet tame to get bite rake 8, which would mean I'd have to go into LBRS and literally make my way all the way past the spiders. I did it in the original game. I actually solo tamed a warg in LBRS without dying, and it is very risky because you're not like a rogue. I mean, you have shadow meld, but it's very risky. Of course, at level 60, it's gonna, for me, I did it then. I think I did it at level 60. I think I did. I've got the screenshot of it though. Let me see if I can pull that up. I actually have the screenshot of that from back in 20. I don't know what it was. Probably 2005 or 2006, I would imagine. Let's see. Wow. Here. This is actually me doing solo. What level? I think I probably was level 60. You can see how small the image is. This is me doing the solo pet tame on a Blood X warg to get bite, that gets a max rank of bite. And the mob is green, so I'm gonna guess I'm probably level 60. But this is like Yeah, this is like 2007 or something. Solo Angerforge, yeah. Yeah, I've thought about doing that. I tried, and you can also solo for the chess piece off the arena. You can do the you can actually solo the arena and try to farm the chess piece, the epic chest that drops. All of that stuff though is so risky, you know. Yeah, I did this. This was tough. Now again, I think level 60, but you're moving past all these mobs, and the thing is, at some point you have to drop. Once you get to the point where you want to tame your pet, you've got to drop. You've got to get rid of the pet you have, so you don't even have a pet at that point, and then you got to tame this pet. So I had to like kill the mobs that were with the warg, and then as soon as I'm done killing them, dismiss that pet, then tame that one. It was tricky. It was definitely tricky. It was fun though. It was really fun. I remember doing that. I remember I was talking to Charisma here in chat. I remember that the whole time saying, "I'm almost there. I'm almost there." I didn't know if I could do it without dying. Honestly, I had no idea, but I did pull it off. So first attempt too. Hunter can solo arena. Hunter can solo arena. You actually, yeah, Hunter can solo the arena in BRD. You basically do it from above. You like shoot the mobs from up above the arena. You got to start it, and then you got to run out up, which I don't think you do. I'm not sure how you do it. I know Cargos has some videos of him doing it. I'd have to watch it again, but I know Cargos did it. I think I watched a little bit of it, but you can definitely do it. Yeah, I'd probably just go to YouTube and do some searches for it. I'm sure you'll find some videos of people doing it. But anyways, we got to get to level 43. We got to get to 60, man. The only way I'm going to increase leveling on this character is increase my TTK, the time to kill. So how the time it takes to kill each mob. Right now it's way too long. I mean, we're looking at like 30 seconds to kill a mob. We would like to get that down to about 15 seconds, right? Which is going to make my leveling, it's going to increase my leveling speed by like 30-40% because most of my leveling is just killing mobs, grinding mobs, for quests or whatever. But we're spending a lot of time killing mobs. So, and the only way right now to really do that is to really start pushing damage in my pet. Obviously we're gonna get 5 out of 5 Unleash Fury. Once we get 5 out of 5 here and then get down into Ferocity, once you get about 3 points into Ferocity, your pet's gonna start critting like a lot, and that's gonna really increase the pet's damage. So we can't really respec and remove Monkey. We still need some points of Monkey just to get down to this level. Because I think it's 15 to get here, so you need 5. Yeah, 3. So you need at least 2 here and 3 here to get down to here. So we could respec, drop these 2 out of here and put them into here. I just like Monkey. Monkey's really useful, especially if you get multiple mobs. Like if I get 2 or 3 mobs on me and I'm gonna want to tank one of them while my pet tanks the other 2. And just having that extra dodge is huge. It's huge. Level 9 first bag drop, that's not too bad. As long as you get at least 1 bag drop by 10, then I would consider that average. If you get past level 10, you haven't got at least 1 bag drop, that's when you're getting the realms of it being kind of bad RNG. And if you get like 3 bag drops in the first like 3 levels, then you're like God mode. like Jesus is your co-pilot. RNG Jesus at that point is your co-pilot. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go check on my wife real quick. I'll be right back. I came. I was gone for a few minutes, and I'm still flying. We are still flying. Actually, we need to go watch some of the hardcore clips because those always give me a. Those always give me a laugh. I apologize ahead of time because when I watch the hardcore clips, I do make fun of people's UIs because it drives me insane. I'm so anal about my UI that when I see people with like just shit all over the screen, it just drives me nuts. It's like my OCD kicks in or something. It totally kills you, man. I'm like, no, look at all this crap on their screen. I'm like, how do they even see that? How do they even see the playing screen to play? Oh, let's fix this. Let's see, Raptor Strike load. We're gonna say, not mounted. Alright, so I want to make sure that those weak ores don't show up for mounted. All right. Look at all these Nightcore people. Can't imagine living without pet target at least. What do you, huh? What do you mean? Can't imagine living without pet target. You need pet target on your screen? I mean, we could easily find our pet's target, right? Like, I could just click my pet and see what his target is if I want to, but, you know, I mean, I always know who my pet's target is because I sent him to attack that target. My pet isn't ever going to attack someone he shouldn't be attacking. That's the thing. Like, my pet will never be attacking, like, someone that he's not supposed to be attacking, so I don't need pet target. If for some reason I wanted to see like who he's targeting, like if he's like really far away fighting something, I would just click my pet really quick and look because it will show the pet target once I click him here. Alright, so we're 101 gold. So it sucks when you buy a pet because we're going to go from 101 gold to 0 gold. I kind of wanted to have more gold before I bought my mount, but let's see. I think it'll cost us like maybe 89 gold maybe to get the mount. Let's see. So what mount are we going to get? We got to keep in mind that at level 60 we'll get this mount. When we get enough money eventually we're going to get, actually no, probably get this one. So I never get this mount. I've never used that one. I hardly ever use that one. Usually I go with this mount or this one. So at level 60, I usually go, when I get the epic mount, I usually go with the white one or the Storm Saber.
My goods are of the highest quality.
Anyways, let's see. Cost, oh, it's 18 gold. That's not so bad. How much is the mount though? Like 80 something? Okay, it's a 72. So okay, that'll leave me with 9 gold. So I think it's either gonna be this one or this one. I'm either gonna go with the Riding Stripe Night Saber, or which one should we get? I'm kind of feeling the dark one, maybe. Yeah. I'm feeling the Riding Striped Night Saber. Let's do that one. The Striped Reigns of the Striped Night Saber. Alright. That's gonna go here. This guy's gonna have to go somewhere else. put him, I don't know. What is this, shift 5? Is that really shift 5? It is. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's our mount, babe. We went with the dark one. I like the dark one. Dark one looks cool. All right, we got our mount. About time. now I'm gonna be somebody. Things are going to happen to me now. Here, we can post in the guild. Huzzah! Thanks. Is there anything we need to do while we're here? People saying congrats. We got all this food. I guess we can cook up some stuff. Oh yeah, we're kind of moving along at a little bit of a faster pace here. Yeah. Let's see. Then we can make some tender wolf steaks. Yeah, some soothing spice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Actually, if we get, can we get the meat from the turtles in Dustwallow Marsh? Like some of this stuff we may not want to cook up because we can use this to level our cooking. So I'd like to max out my cooking as fast as possible. But it's really easy to get this meat, so I'm not going to worry. It's really easy to get the meat. We can just go to Fairless and farm up tender wolf meat easily, so it's not a big deal. Barbecued buzzer wings. We'll just, maybe we'll throw that in the, I don't know. Let's just cook this up and go to the bank. Let's go take a look at the bank. It's too much stuff to do, man. Too much stuff to do, and it's too little time to do it in. And what's the first thing you do when you get a mount? You forget that you have a mount. It's like let's go. Let's do this one in combat. All right. I don't ever want to see that unless I'm in combat. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this bank. Well, if we got 4 items that are taking up inventory space because they're for a quest. So we can also convert this down. We got some rugged leather that we can make into some rugged armor kits probably. We don't really need this much meat. We do have some zesty clam meat, which is for our quest, right? Let's grab this. And get this out of here. Let me take a look at the rugged armor kit. Okay, let's make one of these. Okay, and we're going to apply that to my scorpid leggings. And let's go to trade goods. Thick leather. Alright, let's do... I don't know if we need mage weave cloth. Hold on one second. I don't think we... Let me check really quick. Nope, we don't. We do need some rune cloth, but maybe some fell cloth, but we can't. Black dye, cured rugged hide. We do need some, yeah. So I think we're fine. We don't really need to save our mage weave cloth for leatherworking. So we can just go ahead and make our mage weave bandages here. I don't think we need this heavy hide. We can probably sell that. Alright. Ah, this extra food. Bank is full. Oh my god, my bank's full. Okay, give me that. Thick hide. Use this here. And we don't really need all this mystery meat. Yeah, let's just sell this. I don't think we need this heavy hide. We don't need this. Giant egg, we need that. Don't really need that. That's good.
What brings you here?
Just make sure there's no quests that we have to turn in. I don't think so. Alright, so now where are we going to go is the question. I would like to finish Clam at Surprise. So if we can get the zesty clam meat. I'm just wondering if the turtles on Theramore, on the beach on Theramore, drop clams. As long as they drop the clams, we can get the zesty. I don't think they drop it at a very good clip, though. But I think we're gonna. God, I hate flying. It's such a long flight. It'd almost be faster to just fly here. Like, honestly, if I wanted to go to Theramore, I think it would be way faster just to take the boat to Wetlands and then take the boat to Theramore than to fly there. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I can't move his legs. They're level 44. Jeez. I think the bracers and the boots, bracers, boots, gloves, I think even the breastplate is equipable at my level. Yeah, see, level 39. The bad part about this, the set's great, except it gives you spirit. If it was stamina, it would be way better, but the nice thing about the tough scorpion is it's actually mail, so it's going to give us a lot more armor. A lot of agility, but they should, for Classic Plus, they need to make stuff like the scorpion. There just needs to be set bonuses. Right, they need to put set bonuses on this stuff. Just to make it more interesting. Put some sort of set bonuses in there, like, I don't know, like, you know, plus 10 attack power or something when you have 3 items. And if you have all 5 or whatever, you get, like, I don't know, additional agility or additional crit or something, maybe hit rating. Additional hit rate. I don't know. Or since it's male, I don't know. Maybe give you some sort of defensive benefits or something. But do it something. Just give us some flavor, man. Give it some special sauce.
What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown.
Right. So, oof. A level 43 rogue died. It says they died in PvP. Wow. I didn't see that. When your gouge gets parried, yeah. Yeah, well, I think to me, like, the biggest things, the biggest things you can improve for Classic Plus is really, I think, to me, I'd say professions. I think there's so much room to improve professions in Classic Plus because people love life skills. Like, people love being able to craft stuff, being able to, like, get, usable items, make some best stuff from crafting. Like, make some really good stuff, but make it hard to get. Don't make it easy. Make it take time, but make it best in slot. People love that. Add more set gear. Add some gray. Add some gray set gear. Get robes. Garments of the beggar. Have a gray set that when you equip all the items, it increases your stealth by like 3 or something. Just something stupid. Like the stuff that's just really unique. Maybe give a set that increases your run speed. Some sort of like leatherworking, some sort of leather set that increases maybe your hunting abilities, increases your camouflage, increases your stealth, also increases your gives you like the ability to have like a surprise attack with a bow. The set gives you such great stealth and camouflage in your surrounding environments that it actually gives you an entirely new ability called like sneak attack with a stealth shot or something. How cool would that be? Like when you have this full set, that you get a new skill called like stealth shot, so you can actually shoot your bow or crossbow or whatever ranged ability from stealth. With a high degree of kitting and a high degree of critting, but only usable when you're wearing that set, and it's only usable on your first attack. Your first attack before you go into combat. Just stupid stuff. This stuff is easy. I can come up with this stuff all day long, and it would make the game so unique. Alderman. Who is Bustamane? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure I trust Alderman. I don't know these people. Busty Mane, let's see. Yeah, no, I'll pass. Yeah, I'm not going to do Alderman. Again, there's nothing. Oh, there is. No, the chest doesn't. There is a chest if I looted the chest, but no. Alderman's a little risky. There is some danger in there, especially the final boss. And since I don't really have it, it's not like I'm getting anything out of it except for experience, so it's just not really worth it. Super hard solo quest, crafting. Yeah, I mean, I would basically, there's some other stuff. Like, I think I've even got, let's see. Let's see if we have it. Right here. Here's some stuff that I put together for Classic Plus. I would say gray gear or white gear with set bonuses, garments of the beggar, more crafting recipes, more set-based craftable gear, possible personal shops. I thought about maybe getting rid of the auction house entirely. Get rid of the auction house entirely and add personal shops that you could create. set up your own personal shop to sell your wares. That would be server specific, so it'd be no age mail, and also you could only mail stuff to people in your guild. So this is a way to try to get away from, obviously like RMT stuff. Pet changes. I would like to see pet talent. I would like to see pet talent trees put into the game. I would like the pets to be way more customizable. I'd also like to see pet gear added to the game, where you could actually craft or somehow acquire gear for your pet. I would also like to see cosmetic pets be able to loot for you, kind of like Black Desert. I think that's a big win. You could sell it in the cash shop. I don't know about you, but I'd pay $10 for a pet that can loot for me. I'd take my money, right? I would say shakes. Yeah, I say also change certain iconic spells to allow casting while moving at reduced speed. So I'd love to be able to cast Frostbolt at a 70% reduction in move speed. So I'm not standing still while casting, but I can actually move at a rate of 30% while casting Frostbolt. I think that would be really cool. And then there's all kinds of stuff for Melee Hunter we could do, but I mean that's just some of the stuff I came off the top of my head. There's just all kinds of crap you could do for Classic Plus. Alright, so what are we doing? We are going to Theramore Island. I want to try to get the cooking quest done. So I'm going to kill some turtles and see if they give me the meat that I'm looking for. If they don't, who else gives the meat? I know Murlocs can drop it in. No, it's turtles are the best for it. I just don't know if these turtles are going to drop it. Need to sell these. This here needs to sell. I need more drink. We'll hold on to that. Need that for my quest. Yeah. It's all right, Hopper. So let's go back to the macros question again. Let's get my file open again. I'll go ahead and post some macros into the Discord here pretty soon under the Huntress section. Skull Rock. Shitty Moon. Oh, here's my... Here's my same weapon swap for Flurry Axe. That's pretty cool. I found my macro for that. It's hard to find a macro to equip a weapon where both the weapons are the same weapon. It's tricky to get a macro that works for that. Your pet follow. Most of these macros are pretty just simple. These are very simple macros. Follow. Yeah, the Raptor Strike one's got quite a bit of stuff on it. So this did I say the Raptor Strike can be used for Mongoose Bite as well, so you don't really need a Mongoose Bite keybind. We'll just say Raptor or Mongoose. And start attack, Raptor. You can also do like, Devilsaur or just whatever, or whatever trinket you want. I like to sometimes put Devilsaur Eye in there. Devilsaur is a good trinket. Yeah, so I don't use, that's like, I don't use a lot of crazy macros. We'll set up the pet macros here in a second, and then I'll look at my other macro files and see if there's any other ones that are useful to add. Like, let's see, we want to go to Skull Rock. Macros here. This will have my other macros that aren't character specific. Let's see. I'm gonna say growl. Yeah, let's do a macro. We're gonna say pet, growl, off. Power on, useful, melee hunter. Cast Cower on. Okay, cool. And let's do this one. We're gonna go pets. Growl on. Growl, cower. We don't need bite. A lot of times if I want to go like really like min-max, when I do pet auto cast off, I will actually turn my pet's bite off because bite generates threat. When I'm doing pet growl off, my whole purpose of that is to not only make sure my pet's not taunting, but I also want the pet to drop threat. So I'll actually like turn off his bite as well, so he's not actually doing as much damage. I don't really do that here, but that's something you could do. But is there any other? We don't really need any. Most of these other macros we don't really need. Dual wield. You can just do like a dual wield macro. Let's toss one of these in here. Pretty basic, Basic dual wield macro. And then do we want to look at any of the other macros? Because there's so many macros. So that's that. Let's see if there's anything else we need. Don't think so. Oh yeah, we probably should put down like freezing trap. I don't really use I just use the basic of pet follow. And two-hand. Mongoose spot. All these are pretty basic stuff, you know, wing clip. And then I don't think there's anything else we really need to put. I mean, these other ones are just basic. I just put an example of like one. Oh, pet stay is actually a good one to have too. That's really useful for. There's certain reasons why you want your pet to stay where he is. It does come in handy. There's also another one, which is where's the roach one? Target. This one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one. Let's just for lulz, we're gonna put this one in, right? We're gonna say roach target. Useful for dungeons to clear roaches so they don't aggro other mobs, right? Roaches can get you killed because if somebody casts like fear and there's a roach nearby, it'll fear the roach, and if the roach runs off and gets near another enemy target, it will actually aggro them. So it's a good idea to have a roach target macro. Because as a hunter, that's going to be one of your jobs is to, you know. You can also set up like, here like a simple feed pet macro. This is a good one, right? So, you know, feed pet specific food, right? So if you always end up feeding your pet a certain food, you can say feed pet and then feed pet and then just whatever you want to feed them with. And let's go ahead and... Alright, so let's do that. I think that's good enough for now. Let's see how that looks. So here, let me edit this. Edit. I'm not sure why this didn't work right. Oh, I see what happened. Hold on a second. Alright. Yeah, we have to do it as separate lines, not the same line. Oh. Alright. Oh no, it did come out that way. Let me try that again. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, hunter macros. So these are some basic hunter macros. Nothing crazy. Yeah. Maybe I'll go in. I've got a lot of more complicated macros for like different classes. I might at some time later go into the different class channels in the Discord and just, you know, add those macros into those different sections. I'm really hoping that these turtles can get me the zesty clam meat. They should be able to. I hope. We'll find out soon enough. This guy's killing all mine. What level is he? He's pretty low level. Is he really killing him that fast? I think he is. Oh no, he's only 37. He's 38. Ah well. My bad luck. The Murlocs can give us the meat too, I think. So we probably can start killing the Murlocs. I don't like fighting the Murlocs, but we can do it. Level 10, nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now you can die? Don't die, my friend. So not a single clam. Yeah, I don't think these guys are the best. I think we're gonna be better off killing the Murlocs, to be honest. We'll keep killing some of these to see, but I'm thinking the Murlocs might be a better option. No, don't heal. Great, Strangle Cow, just what I didn't want. Actually, we need to set up our macro for equipping our weapons back. Yay, mana potion. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, cool. It'd be nice if we get some jewelry, because if we get like a ring or a necklace from these crates, we can use it. It's like the only way we could use something, you know? And of course, the crappy Strangle Kelp. You just love giving me junk. Although that gray mace is worth 42 silver, I don't mind getting that. We need more money. We have 11 gold. Not too bad since we just bought them out. Now I can miss all my shots. I would love to. It would be so awesome if I actually looted the Falcon Silk earlier, which is a +9 agility, +3 strength ring, but I looted from a mob, so I couldn't use it. But that's an amazing ring for a melee hunter. 9 agility, 3 strength. It's like, yeah, I'll take that. Alright, so you guys, everybody knock on wood. Say whatever prayer you need to say, because we need something out of these treasure boxes. We need some jewelry. No jewelry. Although the heavy leather thick's not bad. Oh, nothing. Last one. Nope. Oh, we got good stuff out of him though. We got some money out of it. We got some leather, but no ring. Ring or neck piece, you know. See, I'm hoping these guys will drop clams. I'm looking for clams because I want to get them. I want to get some meat. Meats. A man's got to eat. Now I need the meats for the cooking blast. Need to start. Yeah, fishing's great for hardcore. It's like amazing. It is definitely good. It's good. Shialood, it's good. I wonder how many murlocs we can kill at once. I don't think we have any issue with 3, but anything more than 3 would probably be kind of a pain. Yeah, even these guys don't seem to be dropping. The clams, you know. I know where we can for sure get the meat I'm looking for, and it's over in Gadgeson. The turtles on the beach in Gadgeson or in Teneris are 100% great for getting the meat, but they're also higher level, so they're more difficult to kill. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves some jewelry, man. Please give me like a falcon's hook ring in one of these. I could use maybe a falcon's hook or even something better. Skibby's pendant. Oh my god, wouldn't that be awesome if we got like Skibby's pendant from like an ironbound trunk? Oh, that would be so nice. And of course the crappy string will come. Alright, here we go. Skibby's pendant. Oh, come on. Crawl blade. Give me a crawl blade. Cloak. Can't use the cloak. Can't use gear from the crates. Only jewelry and weapons. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to Teneris. Sadly. These guys aren't what we need. Oh yeah, I forgot. I know, it'd be so awesome. It'd be like getting like a crawl blade or something would just be like unbelievable, you know? One way we can increase our DPS is by face tanking. Like, if we're killing, what we can do is we can kill mobs that are like that are 2 to 3 levels beneath us, and then I can put my pet's growl off, and I can basically have the mobs hitting me. The only bad part about that is we'll definitely do more damage because we're going to proc more, like Mongoose Bite, but unfortunately we're going to take more damage as well. Here, like I'll turn my growl off here. Right, let's see if we can proc some Mongoose Bites here, right? We procced only 1 Mongoose Bite in that fight. Oh well. And we took quite a bit of damage, which sucks. Let's go ahead and get 12 stamina. We do need to do some more fishing because, you know, keeping a heavy supply of Rumsey Rum Black Label is nice because it gives us that extra 150 health, which is really good. I forgot to get more mana drink. I'll have my pet pick this one up on the right. And then we'll kill this guy. And we'll switch back to me. I'll get threat here in a second after this Raptor Strike probably. Boom, Raptor Strike threat. Wing clip. Raptor Strike Mongoose Spike probably, no. Oh well. So I'm debating whether I should just Hearth Stormwind. Let's do that. Let's Hearth the Stormwind. We'll grab some scrolls if we can. We'll vendor some stuff, and we're going to buy the cheese we need for the quest, and then we'll head to Chernarus, and we'll just kill the turtles on the beach probably to get what I need.
You need something?
Okay, we don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. I don't think we need the 10 slot bag, but I gotta double check really quick. Don't need this. I'm actually gonna hold on to that. Don't need that. Don't need that.
Farewell.
Yeah, ambush is definitely good. Oh, up to 13 gold away already? Damn.
Hello.
So I wanted to see 10, 10. Okay, I just want to make sure we had all 10 slot bags. So we can sell that one.
Need help?
This shit's so bloody expensive, it's ridiculous. I hate buying moonberry juice, but because it's so damned expensive, but we need it. We need it. Now we're down to 12 gold. We were just at 14 gold a minute ago, I think. We're close to it. God, we need more scrolls, man. Come on. Oh, yes. Yes, the mother load. Give me all of these. I do allow myself the luxury of using scrolls because they're not super powerful. They're just like, you know, a few stat points, you know, like, oh, you know, intellect by 8, but they're very helpful. Nice thing about them as a hunter is you can also cast them on your pet, so you both can get the benefit. Let's go here. We got thick leather. Alright, let's sell some of this stuff.
I buy and trade.
Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Ba 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 ba.
Safe travels. Hey there.
Oh, we actually have 3 here. 3 zesty clam meat.
See you around.
Yeah, so we just need 7 more. Oh, I'm glad I checked that because I was going to completely forget to get the Ultrox Swiss. Let's get the 20 Ultrox Swiss, and then we just need to get 7 zesty clam meat, and we're done with that. I would have been mad if I left Storm without getting the Swiss.
Step on up.
And this shit's expensive. Yeah, look at that, 36 silver. God.
Have a good
So, that was like 1.3 gold right there. Ouch. I'm getting hungry. What else? What other macros do we have? Let's take a look at the macros again real quick. Leaf Party is something you would do if you're in hardcore and you're trying to basically get teleported out of the dungeon. You would actually have this little script, Leaf Party, just so you could hit that keybind. Like, as soon as you know like a party's going to wipe, probably like in a dungeon, and you know that everybody's running for their lives, just immediately leave Party. Because if you leave Party and after 60 seconds, it'll just like automatically teleport you out. Yeah, there's a mark. I guess we can do the mark. Pet attack. Here's the ranged weapons macro that I like to use. I use it on my rogue a lot. So we can do this one. Good for rogues. Here's the same weapon swap. This is an interesting one. I can't remember if that works. I think... No, this is the one. This is the same weapon swap. This was actually really hard to figure out. Like, figuring out how to, like, swap two weapons of the same name was actually quite difficult. Yeah, so what you do here is even though you don't use a shield, like, you can say, you can actually have a shield in your inventory. So like if you were like a hunter and you wanted to swap to two weapons that are the same, oops, you would actually just put a shield in your inventory and then do equip slot, no worn shield, this, and then immediately switch to these two weapons, and it'll actually works. I used it more on my warrior, but you could do it on a hunter, but you would have to put like some sort of a shield in your inventory to make that macro, to let it work. So pretty interesting macro. It was very difficult to figure out how to do that. It took me quite some time. I mean, it took me probably like an hour of Googling and trying different things, different macros, to finally get to the point where I could switch between like a sword and a shield, and then switch to like two daggers with the same name, like, and then go back and forth and get it to work correctly. It's actually a pain in the ass. Now, an easy way to do it would just be to use item rack. You could install item rack and just set it up in item rack, and that would work. And that would work. That would work fine. But to do it with just a straight up macro without having to install an add-on, that macro will work. Now you will run into an issue, I think, if you can run into an issue if you're going from like a shield, like a different shield. Like if you use different shields, it could cause a problem. But anyways, there are some caveats, but there's so many things you can do with macros, though. I mean, like I said, I mean, you guys saw I have a file. You know, I have an all macros text file that has a shit ton of macros in it. But I remember way back in the day when I was doing cast sequence macros. Those are the worst. I hate cast sequence macros. They're so garbage. All right, we're gonna go to Teneros and see if we can get the meat we need. I guess we could post here. Hold on a second. Let's go. We did hunter macros. Let's do the warrior. I got a really good warrior macro. I don't know if I have it in here. Yeah. Some of these are really good. I think a lot of these, I'm not sure if a lot of these are needed anymore. Like the stances, some of the stances here. Do I have, I wonder if I have a warrior on this server. Probably do. I mean, I have a lot of characters here. I think I probably do. Let's see. I just can't remember which one of these is. Oh, here, White Warden. I think this is a warrior. Yeah, so this is a warrior. So here's my warrior that I have on this server, and here you can see the macros that she uses. And these are all pretty straightforward. Do I have a weapon swaps in here? I don't. Here's a good one, like execute. It's gonna basically say. It's gonna say put you in battle stance, cast execute. You can't cast execute in berserker stance, I think, but I use battle stance. So most of these are pretty good. I'm surprised my shield bash doesn't have. Doesn't switch stances for me. Maybe shield bash can be used in quite a few different stances, I think. Shield block is the one I want to see. Where's shield block? Because that one definitely is doing some stuff. Yeah, if you're not using macros in a warrior, you're really gimping yourself. Where's my shield block macro? I don't see it. I wonder if my character just wasn't high enough level yet that maybe she didn't have it. Okay, so there's that one. Let me take a look. Trying to think where my highest level warrior would be. I probably have a warrior in Deviant Delight. No. Let's Hill Buccaneers. Unbelievers probably. Yeah, and there's no macros listed in there though. – Okay, yeah, this is a warrior. How can I not have block? If I don't have block here, that means it must be in here. Yeah, so here it is. So here's shield block. Shield block, what I'm doing here, you can see I'm saying, you know, you have to equip your sword, keep your shield, then switch to defensive stance, then use shield block. So it's really cool because you could be using a two-handed weapon in like berserker stance, and then you just hit this macro. Now you have to tap it a couple times. You have to tap it once, which will switch your weapons. Probably will also switch your stance, and then you have to tap it again to actually cast shield block. So you can just spam the key, but let's go ahead and put up, where's the Discord? Let's go ahead and go into the warrior section. I don't know if anybody's done macros in here yet. I wonder if they have I want to make sure they don't have a macro section. I don't see one, so. Why is it coming out green? That's very strange. Why is it coming out green? Hold on a second. It shouldn't be green. That is very bizarre. I need Scorpid scales, so if I see a Scorpid, any Scorpid mob, we're gonna kill him. I have a golden retriever. I have a golden retriever. I think I can show you a picture of him here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Media sharing, dog pictures. This is my dog right here. He's a golden retriever. That's when he was a little bit younger. Let's see. Yeah, this is when he was a little younger, just a puppy. Look at that boy. Yeah. And then I don't know if I have any more. No. Yeah, he's a good dog. Yeah, they're good. They're good dogs. Okay, so this guy's level 43, so that's not bad. These guys are the ones we're going to be killing. They should give us the meat, the meat we need, and then we'll finish this cooking quest out. So, Hopefully they're low. That there's some that are lower than 43, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Let's go ahead and get some food buffs and some buffs going here. And where's my Discord? We're gonna go shield block. And we'll do our little post for warrior macros. Let's go ahead and get a spirit. And that's good, I guess. Let's see how much damage this guy does to us. It's probably going to be quite a bit. This guy's going to do a ton of damage to us, actually. Now, let's see how fast we can swap threat back to my pet. Well, he got up to 70% threat pretty quick, but I'd already been killing them, killing them off for so long. Yeah, this is what we were looking for, is these clams. And now we need the black pearls too. Black pearls are useful for some of our crafting meat, but the zesty clam meat is what we need. And I knew that these guys would give us it in spades. You know what, let's do the sagefish buff. We need more MP5. You had an East Siberian? I don't know what that looks like. I have one dog. I have 3 cats as well, so I can show you what the cats look like. Let's see. The cats are... This is my black cat. This is the picture of my Siamese. They call them flame point Siamese. This is a picture of him when he was at the no-kill shelter. Can you believe that they found him? This cat was found as a stray. I mean, obviously some cat had a bunch of kittens, and so he was turned into the shelter. And once I saw him, I went and got him right away. I had to pay like $200 adoption fee, but I grabbed him right away. And then and he's great. This cat is a great cat. And then here's our black cat when he was just a little kitten. And here's my other cat, my tabby, my tuxedo tabby. And here's my black cat. He thinks he's a sphinx from Egypt in this picture. And then here's the flame point Siamese. Do you like luxury, baby? And here they are, cat trees. Here's the flame point Siamese. And here's my other cat, my third cat, which is the tabby. Ooh, we got an error. Another one. Interesting. Actually, let's open this up. Alright, so we just need 4 more meat. Turn this quest in, and then I'm not sure that I'm probably going to go to Airy Peak. Because we do need some wild vine for some quests that I have. Some leatherworking quests. Yeah, Maine Coon are huge. I wouldn't mind having a Maine Coon. They're probably pretty good cats. Hmm. He's the fluffiest thing ever. I don't like super fluffy cats. My wife likes the big fluffy ones. I don't. I like them to look more like a, like a leopard or a cougar or something. Fluffy cats means lots of hair everywhere. I got that with a golden retriever, man. Golden retrievers are the worst for hair, man. Oh my god. There's hair everywhere. Constantly like vacuuming up all the golden retriever hair. I hope so. Hmm. Man, critting left and right there. Come on, man, these guys are not dropping enough of the clams. Unfortunately. You gotta go. Meeting in 45 minutes. All right, yeah, it is a grind. I'm probably gonna go to bed pretty soon, for at least for a little bit. Just trying to get this damn cooking quest done, and then we can go kill mobs that are. We need to kill mobs that are a little bit lower in level, so we can get them down quicker, and preferably ones that are for a quest. We might want to hit STV again and see what, what STV quests we can take out. I hate ST though, but I do need to do Area Peak. There's a couple quests in Area Peak we can do, but those mobs are like level 42. I think they are. I'm gonna have to fly out there and check it out. Oh, here, let's take a look. Yeah, see, 45. There we go. That should complete the quest. Yes, Morpheus. Yes. Ooh, falling asleep. I am falling asleep with the computer here. I can just feel myself passing out. Hmm. And I hope I put my scorpion scales in the bank, because I don't remember what I did with them. I better not have sold them. That would suck. Nice.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Cooking artisan.
Keep it real.
So is there any... I don't know if there is. Let me see.
Do I have a deal for you?
No, he doesn't.
Be good.
Hmm. All right, I gotta go to bed, man. I'm passing out to get the computer here. We're almost level 43. We got our mount. We finished the cooking quest, which is a pain in the ass to do at this level. When I get back, we gotta find some sort of an area to level where the mobs are quite a bit lower level than I am, just to make things a lot easier. Not easier as in I'm trying to avoid a challenge. I just because it'll help us level faster. Like killing low level mobs, we're gonna land more crits. We're not going to miss as much. We're going to do more damage, so we should be able to level faster by killing low-level mobs. I mean, killing mobs that are like my level or 2 levels above me is just it's kind of it's stupidity, but I'm just doing it because I'm trying to complete that quest. Because having cooking kind of locked at 225 was kind of hurting me, so now we can actually let's go over to here. Let's go to the bank. And let's take out any food here. Like red wolf meat. Heavy high. What else we got? Anything else we can cook? I think that was it. Yeah, well, I don't think I can cook stone scale eel yet. Can I do... Nah.
Well met. Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, well, we're flying there. Let's take a look at YouTube. And let's go to... We're going to go to Classic, WoW, Hardcore, Clips. Hardcore Moments. 4 days ago. Two weeks ago. Staff of Jordan.
Later.
This guy got 2 staffs of Jordan. You gotta be kidding me.
And another one.
Oops.
Help me.
Drop group. Boo. The coward guy. I love his name's Coward Guy. I love that because I was just running for his life. Yeah, you are definitely cooked. You're gonna have to jump. You know? Yeah, he made that's a good place to jump to.
Yeah, get ready for the other pad. When they're coming.
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
Get out.
Health warning.
Okay, like this, I see this all the time in hardcore WoW, and it drives me nuts. You see, he starts to panic. His health starts to get to low. What is he doing? He's moving his cursor around, trying to find his pot. I mean, why in God? First of all, petrification potions need to be removed from the game. Like, I think it should be removed from hardcore. I'm so sick of the game mechanic being like, oh, if we're dying, let's just petri. I just hate that mechanic. I think that petrification should definitely be removed. But anyways, just looking at his bars here, you can see petrification potion is not on the keybind, which is just blows my mind. It's like the most important probably potion he has on his bars, and it's not keybound. I mean, he's got his healing potion bound, but I mean, if the shit hits the fan, you know, he should be petri. I also see that his target dummies looks like it's not keybound as well. So, but yeah, you can see him panicking and moving his cursor around trying to find it. It's just, you know, you shouldn't have to be trying to find it. You should just be keybound and instantly click it. He's like looking for it. He's like, oh, there it is, and he clicks it.
Oh my god, Mufasa. I'm sorry.
Still a good day. I got a house.
Oh my god, Mufasa. I'm so sorry.
I'll leave you with this.
And this, I was trying to see what guild this is. It's, okay, Heartless. Yeah, but these videos are fun. I'm not going to watch it all right now because I got to get to bed, but it's fun to watch those and just kind of see. But I mean, it drives me nuts. I see people doing stuff all the time that just drives me insane. I'm like, why are you doing this? But let's take a look at the cooking really quick. Do we have anything? We've got some soothing turtle bisque, right? So 15
There.
soothing spices, which are kind of expensive. And we have 5 hot spices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think of the buzzard wings. I think are. I'm assuming those are in my bank. Yeah.
Travels.
But now we can start leveling up my cooking, which is nice.
How are you? Have a good one. Looking for something specific? Safe travels. What can I do for you? Safe travels.
I buy and trade. Be careful.
All right, guys, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna get to bed. I will catch you guys in the next one. Hope everybody's having a good good time wherever they are. Good leveling. Hope you're not dying. And I will catch you guys in the next stream, man. Peace out, everybody.